Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94 here, back with another reaction video. Today, we finna react to H.W.A, the female version of N.W.A. that influenced Maga Minaj. Get Maga Minaj the fuck out of here. Anyway, so without further ado, let's get right into this.
If everyone's heard of N.W.A, not many have heard of their female version, H.W.A with Attitude, one of the most controversial female rap group of the 90s. Like N.W.A did with the gangsta rap genre, H.W.A also pioneered today's female R-rated rap genre. They broke barriers and paved the way for Lil Kim, who then influenced today's mainstream female rappers like Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, and Ice Spice. I'll take you through their journey from Chicago to Los Angeles, exploring how dissing N.W.A on their first album ended up getting them signed to Ruthless Records by Eazy-E.
You a freaky ass
also
nigga.
Detail how what once seemed shocking and stayed underground in the 90s has now become the standard. Part of what most people associate with female rap today. This is an independent episode tied directly to the N.W.A animated docuseries, and it's part of a collection of bonus episodes sharing the stories of lesser-known figures.
That nigga got a gambling problem.
In the late 80s, inspired by the rise of the controversial rap group N.W.A, two sisters from Chicago, Baby Girl and Jazz, decided to create a female version of that same raw energy. They called themselves H.W.A, short for with Attitude. Keith K.P. Presley.
You gotta blurt out hoes? Can't say hoes? What if I was talking about a garden tool? Can't say hoes?
Also known as Chicago's Black Scarface, started launching himself in the music industry and became one of their early backers, helping the sisters bring their vision to life and sending them to Los Angeles to record their demo. The group made the move to L.A. in 1989 and ended up living in the same apartment complex as Dr. Dre and Yella. The two were roommates, as mentioned in the N.W.A doc series. Once they hit Cali, it wasn't easy. As Jazz later recalled, we walked holes in our shoes until their persistence finally paid off when they landed a record deal with Drive-By Records. They eventually connected with Diva, a local
Drive-By Records.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
DJ who soon joined the group. They might have already connected with her back in Chicago, but based on what they shared on social media, the two sisters seemed to be on their own when they first arrived in Los Angeles. They recorded their debut album, Living in a House, released in 1990 and primarily produced by Dangerous D. From the very first tracks, H.W.A came out swinging, taking direct shots at Ruthless Records. The first targets were Eazy-E and Terry B, a female rapper signed to Ruthless at the time. As the album unfolds, every member of N.W.A finds themselves in the group's lyrical line of fire, with Eazy taking most of the hits, but it didn't stop there. Even artists outside of N.W.A weren't safe. Rappers like Ice-T and Too Short also found themselves being name-dropped or mocked through clever parodies of their own songs. After calling out N.W.A on nearly every track, H.W.A took things even further, dedicating an entire song to dissing them. That track was called The Conflict. Now let's dive into the album's provocative track list. The first single, Funk Me, set the tone right away. It doesn't take much to decode what songs like Eat This and Tight are referring to. Before Jay-Z had 1-900 Hustler, these girls had 1-900 where they ran a fictional line catering to clients that ranged from the average Joe to even political figures like Nelson Mandela.
Hey, yo.
And for the track Freaky Days, they borrowed the cadence of Too Short's Freaky Tales.
Hey, they was taking shit a little too far. Okay. Alrighty, y'all was taking shit a little too far, Chief. That's wild.
Flipping it into their own unapologetic version. The group used explicit rhymes as a direct response to the wave of misogynistic rap dominating the scene at the time. They wanted to flip the narrative to show that women could be just as raw, just as outspoken, and just as in control. In their own words and attitude, they positioned themselves as the hunters, not the hunted, making it clear they weren't about to take any disrespect from men. Without any major media support from outlets like MTV or BET,
I wouldn't support them either.
Managed to sell around 100,000 copies within its first 8 months, eventually peaking at number 38 on Billboard's R&B albums chart.
How's this R&B? How's this R&B?
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Hey, Julio, after that last video, bro, Nothing you recommend. Hell no.
Told you to stop hitting me.
Hell no. Julio, after that last video you sent me, hell no.
Their R-rated provocative lyrics left a mark on the listener's mind. Anyone looking for lyrical dexterity would be sorely disappointed, but the album delivered plenty of raw and entertaining crude humor, the kind that made people stop and listen. After its release, H.W.A. quickly earned the title of the most controversial female rap group of the 90s. Their notoriety even caught the attention of the Wall Street Journal, which dedicated an entire page to them. The album laid the blueprint for future generations, from Lil' Kim in the 90s to today's artists like Ice Spice and Cardi B. Eventually, the noises reached Eazy's ears. And as you probably know, Eazy was never one to shy away from controversy. Instead, he saw a business opportunity and decided to sign the group to Ruthless Records. Like many groups of that era, H.W.A. went through a few lineup changes. Diva, the sisters' original friend and DJ, was eventually replaced by Go D. A lesser-known story from that time is that the group also considered Ty James, the daughter of the legendary Rick James, as a potential member, but it didn't work out, as Jazz recalls.
Damn.
For those who might have seen this interview with Keith Presley, where he talks about being one of H.W.A.'s early backers, to clear up any confusion, he mentions that the group originally had a different name and that Eazy was the one who came up with H.W.A. But it seems he might have gotten that mixed up. From what I understand, even though H.W.A. might have gone by another alias back in Chicago, they had already renamed themselves on their debut album. And as Jazz explained in an Instagram post, they only signed with Eazy for their follow-up projects. Their first appearance under Ruthless Records was a cameo in the infamous Real Motherfucking G's music video, Eazy-E's famous diss against Dre and Snoop. Not long after, in 1993, H.W.A. dropped their first official single on the label, Just a Little Action, produced by Rhythm D, a track that later appeared on their second project, As Much As You Want. The following year, they dropped another single titled I Ain't No Lady, featuring Eazy-E and Bone Thugs, with Greg Mack appearing on the B-side. The production was handled by Julio G and the Unknown DJ. Their popularity began to rise as they performed at shows alongside Tupac, MC8, and Scarface. Later that year, H.W.A. released what many consider their second album, though officially it was an EP titled As Much As You Want. It featured 7 tracks, mostly produced by Mr. Chalk, with additional production from Code 187, DJ Yella, and Rhythm D, plus extra vocals from Cocaine. Apparently, one of the music videos they shot for the project was so explicit that even the box refused to air it.
Ew.
And considering the box was known for playing videos other stations wouldn't touch, that says a lot about how wild this one must have been. I wonder if DJ...
Oh, that was some... Oh, that was probably some BET Uncut shit. That's what you get the BET Uncut for. But I guess that wasn't around at the time. Damn.
Yella shot the music video himself, since around that same time he was starting his adult film production company, as covered in his independent episode. The album didn't make a huge commercial impact, but like their debut, it lingered in listeners' ears and firmly cemented their place as pioneers of this female explicit rap genre. Sadly, not long after, at the start of the following year in '95, Eazy-E passed away. And from what I understand, the group quietly disbanded around that same time without releasing anything else. As they mentioned on social media, they always had a strong bond with Eazy. They saw him as family, and his passing affected them deeply. Baby Girl, the group's lead rapper, went on to start a solo career and released her debut album, Holla At Me, in 1996. The group left great memories with everyone they worked with at Ruthless Records. Every producer or rapper who mentions their name in interviews speaks of them positively. To this day, they remain in touch with Eazy-E's family, primarily with his first son. Despite releasing only a couple of projects as a group, H.W.A. are still remembered to this day. You can even see Snoop Dogg mention them during an interview with N.W.A, or Fat Joe, who appeared in an Instagram video with Baby Girl.
Those with attitudes, you already know.
A reminder that their name still carries weight in hip-hop circles. Looking back, female rap groups like with attitude and bitches with problems were simply ahead of their time. Back then, the world wasn't ready for the female R-rated rap genre. With no radio play and most media outlets blacklisting them, their message stayed underground. But today, artists like Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Ice Spice, Megan Thee Stallion, and many others are dominating the charts. Their music videos played everywhere. What once seemed shocking in the 90s has now become the standard, part of what most people associate with female rap today. And for that, you've got to give H.W.A. their props as one of the true pioneers of the genre. From what I understood, after quickly exchanging with them on Instagram, they don't really do interviews right now. But if you're interested in delving deeper into their story, the two sisters are currently writing a book and working on an upcoming movie and podcast project where you'll dive deep into never-before-heard details about their first encounter with Easy, their favorite memories with him, and all the legends of the game they crossed paths with throughout their incredible life journey. This documentary was created through extensive research, crossing every possible source, interviews, articles, and social media posts that I pieced together chronologically, just like I usually do, kind of like the one about Crazy D, where only a few public details were available, so I definitely invite you to check out their upcoming book and movie, as their story will be told in their own words. Alright fam, that wraps up today's episode.
Alrighty, let's just go about do it for this one. Most definitely, man. I believe I've heard of them, but I'm not like familiar with any songs. I have heard of them though. I do remember a couple of those album covers, but I've never listened to their music before. So maybe I might give them a listen one day. One day, I don't know. If it's a West Coast type of production, hell yeah, I'll fuck with that. But if it's like if it don't sound like no G-Funk era shit, I ain't trying to hear that bullshit. But anyways, though, let's just go about do it for this one. I'll see y'all the next video. Till then, deuces.